guys, welcome to a Redstone tutorial. This is episode 1. This is pretty much the beginner stuff, so if you have somewhat of a basic Redstone knowledge, it's nice to always refresh, but you don't have to watch this. Okay, so you can place a block, you can place a lever or a button on a block, and it outputs a redstone signal. Okay, and redstone can be used to activate objects like a piston. I'll turn down my sound. It's about 30. Okay, yeah. So, now let's go on to the next thing. Okay, so repeaters can carry out a signal, and it adds a delay, and you can set it to different amounts. And repeaters can also be used for renewing a redstone signal. So, as you can see, the redstone signal will fade after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it fades after 15 blocks, and then a repeater can be used to continue the redstone signal. Okay. A redstone signal cannot continue out of a redstone signal, but a repeater will. See? Continues it out. And it'll power it on all sides of a block, and it also... So this is called weak power or strong power. So, this is a weak powered block because it's not powered enough to continue a redstone signal, but yet it's still powerful enough to, activate objects like that. Okay, so now let's see here. Okay, so if you take a redstone signal cannot be carried with a block on top of it. Let's say we get a slab. It'll carry out, but yet if you put a block there, it won't carry it out. So, yeah, and you can activate a redstone lamp. It takes a little bit to turn on, and there's these things called redstone torches. So if you put a redstone torch on a block and you power it, it'll turn it off. So you can turn it on and off. But what's also useful about redstone lamps is that they can power a block like that. So it's useful for vertical stuff, like this. So if you do this, and let's just put that with there. But sadly, it takes one redstone tick to activate or deactivate a torch. So it takes a couple redstone ticks to be able to activate this. But if you use glowstone will activate anything instantly. So if you say have this, if you go like this with redstone dust, and say you put a torch, now I'll use a piston because those activate instantly. First thing I flip the lever, see no redstone delay, but the only problem with this is that it takes, it loses the distance as it goes up. So you can't do that forever, while with this it renews the signal every time. Okay, So doors, there's two type of doors. There's an iron door and a wooden door. A wooden door can be opened by right-clicking or you activating it or giving a block a redstone signal. And as you can see, the hinges. So if I, that's how it's gonna open. Same with that. As long as the door gets power at all, it'll work. But if I use an iron door, it only works with a redstone signal. I can right-click and it won't open. But what's a cool trick about these is you can, when it closes, you can use it to jump up a 2-block gap. So you just flip it on, you get to where the door will be when it gets closed, and then you can just press space twice and then you're at the top. So now let's go over a redstone block. So a redstone block is pretty much like a redstone torch, except it's in block form, and it carries out a redstone signal. But what's super nice about it is it can be pushed by a piston. See, if I do that, if I flip the lever, it'll extend the piston, which will, and the redstone block will be touching this piston, and it'll activate and deactivate it. While with a torch, it just breaks it. So, yeah. Now we're gonna go over some stuff about pistons. Pistons are really useful items in the game. They're used to push things and retract things. It depends on the type of piston. Here's a sticky piston, which looks like this. You craft a piston and then put a slime ball in the crafting table with this, and it'll make a sticky piston. Sticky pistons will push and pull blocks. So say I have a block like this, I flip it and it pulls it, while with a regular piston, it only pushes it and it won't retract the block. See? But what's super nice about them is you can have stuff like activate, like how I showed you earlier with the redstone block, is so with certain blocks and stuff. But the only 2 blocks that you cannot push with a piston is bedrock and obsidian. So yeah, and so you can use pistons for a bunch of stuff, and yeah, so I'm going to end off the video here. Yeah, this is pretty basic stuff. Next episode, we're going to be covering a little more complicated. We're going to go into more, I don't know, like pre-built things, kind of like a Jeb door, and, redstone logic. A little more depth with that. So I thank you guys for watching. If you like this, please feel free to give a like. It's nice to know that someone likes my video. But so yeah, I'll see you next time with some more redstone tutorials and other redstone stuff. Bye!